this morning when the flowers were all open, and there were bees everywhere. Look at all these beautiful pumpkins. That has got to be that pumpkin, that peanut shell pumpkin they call it. And look at that little Hubbard there. Boy, they grow fast, those Hubbards do. There should be one of these here. I think it's this one. See, there's a little female bloom. I think that's a Gerardale. I'm almost sure it is. Two vines. I'll let a tertiary vine grow out there, or those two vines right there just mixed. And that little female there doesn't look like it'll make it. It hasn't opened to get pollinated, so very unlikely it'll stay on there. I've got to put the sprinkler back here because it's gotten very dry. Actually, we're in a moderate drought, they said on the weather news last night. Look at this Hubbard. I still see aeration from the worms, so wow, look at that yellow one there. It started out yellow and I thought it would definitely fall off because it weren't pollinated. Look at it. I'm beginning to wonder if I got sent the wrong squash seeds. That looks more like a spaghetti squash than it does a peanut shell. And all the little ones that come on it are yellow. They come on yellow. They stay yellow. I don't know why this vine... Oh, I do know why this vine is wilted. Look, it's broken. I'll have to get my shovel and cover that up. Let it reroot itself there. That should be, that should actually be a Gerardale too. And, yep, I'm pretty sure that's a Hubbard. But like I said, when I come out this morning, for the first time, now I saw one bee here a couple of days ago. And I said it would go back and tell its colony. Even though the Vicks Vapor Rub was pretty awful smelling, the pollen was fine. And he did just that. And he had just buku of family here this morning. That's the only way I know to put it. Now look at this. This looks like a kabocha squash. Now, I didn't order any kabocha. I'm beginning to think the wrong seeds got put in the wrong packages. Mistakes can be made even at Baker Creek. If they don't turn out to be what I ordered, when they're mature and I can tell exactly what I know what the Hubbard is. This is cucumbers already beginning to bloom. And I know this bee's doing their jobs over here too. So I just transplanted this little guy. And I hope he makes it. We're not getting a lot of sun today. We've had clouds like it's going to rain, but it has not rained. Oh, my German pinks, that's my makeshift trellis for right now. I'm going to do something a little different when my son can get out here and help me. Right now he's tied up with something else. Look at the little eggplants. It's covered in little eggplants. And this is a last year's plant. I would have never thought it. And remember the mandarin satsuma I tell you the wind got? It didn't. It's still here. It's right there. Right there. I found it purely by accident. watering the tree. Got some melons here, cantaloupe. I believe, yeah. One may be a dew melon and one's a cantaloupe. And I've got a problem with, I want to let them run on the privacy fence, but it's not solely ours. It divides the property. And my son says, no, don't let it run on the privacy fence unless you get an okay from the other side. I was just going to let it run on this side. My German pinks have almost caught up with my beefsteak. But that beefsteak has got some tomatoes on it. Look at that. And still putting on more. Lots of blooms. I haven't given it but one dose of potash. Probably not going to give it any more. And these haven't put on any tomatoes yet, but look at those clusters of blooms. The flowers on here's almost like grape clusters, even though it makes a huge tomato, according to what I read before I ordered it. And I believe this is a contender peach. I was beginning to think that thing was never going to come out, that it had died. I watched a horticulture video of planting peach trees and plum trees and all this, like 3 together, and it would actually look like, from the road or from the house, it would actually begin to look like one tree when they matured. So I decided to try it since we are so limited in space here. And I've seen the birds over here in the tree checking out the blueberries already. So they'll probably get as many or more than I do. I've got my little owl over there, see? But I think they've already found out he's not what I want them to think he is. I keep moving him. And the fig tree, I was thinking we weren't going to put any figs on this year because we pruned it so hard. But it's got baby figs everywhere. They'll just be later getting ripe. That's okay with me because I'll have a lot of tomatoes to can. And the potatoes, I am so tempted to dig them out and just dump them, because even though they're still alive, I don't see how the tubers can be getting very big when they're all broken. See, they're all broken. The wind broke them. And I transplanted that's melons, watermelons. I transplanted a squash this morning. One of these that was in the small bag. It's just not big enough for squash. For pumpkin. This one had very little growth, so I thought I'll try this one first before I mess with this one. And it looks a little wilted, but other than that, I think it'll be okay. Sun's on this end now, so they all look wilted. Since the flowers have all closed up, I'll probably put the sprinkler out here, because all these vines put down roots out here. This is good soil because it's full of worms and worm castings. So yeah, I'll put the sprinkler out here and soften up the soil. The first thing I got to do is put some earth on that vine that's broken over there. It's just a quickie, and just wanted y'all to see how everything's going. I hope everybody's having as much success as I seem to be having, but the Lord bless mine, and I pray that He'll bless yours as well. Have a great weekend.